Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on top left side is the British forces. We have Aizamak. Aizamak. Well, I butchered that. Howdy. And spawn on bottom right side is the red US of A. We have Python. So we do have, looks like a little rebellion on our hands.
Hi.
Let's talk about the natives on the map. You got the House of Wittenbach, which is, I'm not sure, it looks Greek. Let's see, Bavarian. Okay, we've got Bavarian skirmishers that can spot enemies that recently hit by damage. It gains higher range attack speed with promotions. And the Chevalier, light range cavalry with a deadly hand attack. Good against heavy cav. As well as we do also have the House of Habsburg with their deformed faces, right? Mounted infantry, heavy cav that can be dismounted and become a skirmisher. While it is a unique heavy range cavalry unit, it dismounts to be light infantry. I just hate the fact that just seems not right. And line infantry, tactical Austrian musketeer that gains benefits for each team as well as promotions. Okay, you can stop with that. Switch to the other person. We do have a deck now selected on in. We do see the German immigrants being brought in. German immigrants settled in Germantown, which I think pre-Germantown was actually, yeah. No, I'm thinking something different. It makes up the Pennsylvania Dutch, which was also German. Causing each new existing and newly constructed mill to spawn one settler wagon. In Common Age, you can recruit settler wagons from the mill as well. Can be sent one time. Enables 5 build limit settler wagons. Enables spawn action and delivers 1 homestead wagon. You also got the Dutch immigrants who can't bring it in. Venture capture from the Netherlands enables you to establish a bank. Mines last longer and gather points slightly faster. And yeah, looks like they last 10% longer and gathers 5% faster. Got wood, gold, regulars, state militia, arsenal, Springfield armor, ships 1 arsenal, enables advanced arsenal improvements. And they also are free, but take longer to research. Advanced homesteading ships 2 homestead wagons, probably good for the German immigrants. Mills and estates also have increased line sight and support 10 population spots, so getting these 2 also gives you 2 free housing as well as 2 free settler wagons. Very good, powerful combination, to say the least. Hamilton economics, market technologies are free and refunds the costs have already been researched. Virginia Assembly. Ships 1 state capital wagon and makes your next upgrade at the state capital free, excluding spies and blockades. Russian American Company. The Russian American Company supplies 2 block houses, enabling your villagers to gather food from huntables faster. Wood. Regulars. United States Army increase the attack and hit points of heavy infantry and Minutemen and the U.S. General. 54th Massachusetts Volunteers. Ships 5 state militia and 4 regulars. Research their veteran upgrades as well. Continental Rangers increase attack and hit points of infantry and armed with rifles, including like Owl Hoot outlaws and mercenaries. Harbin Cavalry, Buffalo Soldiers, cavalry attack and armor increase 10%. Rolling Artillery gave you 3-2-1 Gatling guns. Apache Scouts ×2. Ships Apache Cavalry that can also enter stealth. Also sets their basic society increase. Heavy cannons, and let's see, 670 fattened cows and 2% wagons, which combine this with this, that will give him his 5 settler wagons. And Delaware Blues, those are Delaware. Ships additional regulars for each shipment you've sent so far this game, so it's better for later on. And time for the British forces. The Redcoats in blue. You have villagers, Greenwich time, ships 1 trading post wagon. Each of your trading posts improve politics technologies research time by 20%. Which he may have already gotten that. Wood, gold, musket. Wait, he is not advanced next age yet. He's about to advance next age earlier than him. Musketeers, Scots Guards, increases Musketeers and Grenadiers hit points by 10%. Team Grenadiers Scars give your Musketeers and Grenadiers plus 50% hit points. Excludes Soldados, Filibusters, and Giant Grenadiers. Cavalry damage increase. Advanced Arsenal, Fencing School, Glorious Revolution. More Villagers, Coin, Yeoman, Musketeers, Holstein Guards, Musketeers and Grenadiers damage hit points increased by 15%. Cavalry Combat, Line Grenadiers. Delivers 5 Grenadiers, allow them to be trained from the barracks. Heavy, let's see, more Grenadiers, 2 Falconets. Grenade Launchers, equip your Grenadiers with hand mortars, which quickly explodes, yada yada. Enables the Grenade Launcher, which probably increases their range. I'm not so sure. Gentlemen of the Pike, ships 10, guard, pikemen. Research Imperial pikemen for reduced card costs. Ships 10 guard pikemen and allows research Imperial pikemen. Does that mean set up you can't actually get them with Imperial Age, can you? So you can get even better Imperial pikemen, and Imperial pikemen has reduced wood and coin costs. Imperial pikemen, that must be the upgrade. And set to obtainable, so you can get that for cheap, but probably not age 4. Unless you can get to age 4. Improved Grenadiers. Grenadiers more damage except versus buildings, plus 10% to all damage, plus 15% or 25% to siege attack. And factory. The US tend to go for a large number of... If he's going to go for a mix of Musketeer and Grenadier, it looks like more heavy Grenadiers. The US player may need to go for a large number of sharpshooters in state militia. We do not have Charles Lee, the US general, now engaging the British general or explorer, William Cook. America shall win at this rate. The US general does only 7-hand attack versus 7-hand attack of the other explorer. Does have less health. Does get a good cheap shot there. Doesn't want to fight like a man. Now do have a wave of Minutemen now be put on the field. They are of course at half health, because that was spawned in through the militia. And there goes the British explorer. Looks like only one treasure remains on the map. We do have a stray doggo that can be secured. And we do have Fortress H for the British as well. He's going for more Grenadier research. He's not going for Scots Guards. He's going for hit points rather than damage. He can... Oh, no, he cancels that shipment. He's saving up for the Coldstein Guards. He's going to the next age, and maybe eyeing for the Line Grenadiers. This is a guess, though. Wave of Musketmen now put on the field. Does have good amount of Musketmen and does get some Tomahawks. They're holding a Shawnee Tomahawk, so those are definitely a native zero population variant. Oh, this is heavy. Minutemen are anti-not heavy. Also not anti-light either. They're just infantry. Quick being done down quite rapidly. And the US general does go down. He does have an inspiring flag there with some sharpshooter. They have even less health than a skirmisher, but they also have really good range at 22. Mention them as more something closely to, say, longbows. Just with a gun and a scope. Grenade launchers now being researched. We do have a number of Grenadiers on the field. Right now, they see the range is 12. They do have 16 damage for radius. Do less damage versus various, what's supposed to be their counters. So let's see, does it increase their range or does it just give them a charge attack? Let's find out. He's also going for more Grenadiers as well. There's their rifle grenade research. They have less radius, mortar attack. You get slight increased range, less AoE damage, and was the damage still the same? Increases their range, but also looks like I wasn't paying attention to the damage. Is that damage the same? Because I noticed that the AoE effect is smaller. Your range is also not too significant. More damage. More damage does cause more damage to the AoE, just less splash radius. Got it.
Ready.
Because the regular hand bombs they had a splash radius of 4.
I feel a bit stronger now.
Just saw veteran research, probably for his veteran grenadiers.
Yes. Ready.
And he has veteran musketeers. See, what is the US player going for the moment? He has researched the next age. Actually, he's all the way into industrial. Well, is not paying attention to him.
Yes.
We've got a number of infrastructure wagons trying to pull out some estates. Now there's a sizable army here. Does have the Russian company here. Some sharpshooter has been pulled on the field, as well as some militia. He does have a horse artillery as well, which should be able to do some good damage to these units. Grenadiers do less damage to the siege. He goes from the blockhouse. Got another pair of heavy cannons on point of field. That will rip apart these grenadiers. So he will take out some of these blockhouses. Let's see, he has gotten for, of course, Delaware, Kentucky coal fields. These coal mines do collect twice as fast. I think their coin reserve is still 2,000. Kentucky Hunters ships 5 owl hoots and 1 additional sharpshooter per shipment you've already sent. So you could always go for both these guys, get a good number of infantry right now. New Jersey seaports. Freight shipments that cause directly into stockpile in time and deliver additional resources. Any which may be also may be sent again. Whoops, hit my microphone. And we do also have the Murica Canal, which we saw those 4 infrastructure wagons. And we've got factory as well. Sailor wagon now seeing quite a bit of fire, or grenades in this case. One sailor wagon does go down. He has a good number of states on the field. Wait, is there some sort of strategy having this many estates? As that seems like a lot of estates. Increase estate population by 10, so that makes sense. But that's still a lot of estates.
Yes.
This player does have 77 population field. The British has 105, so the US player is a little bit outnumbered. I know he used it for Morris Canal, but why not more farms rather than states? A lot of the units do cost a bit more food than gold. Though the sharpshooters are actually they're more having gold. Yeah, but he probably did that for the housing benefits more than actually just giving us states. I suppose states are a bit more expensive, so if you're going to go ahead and get a large number of states on the field rather than mills, that would make sense. More XP, that makes sense as well.
Yes.
We do now have some carbine cavalry here, which are of course a dragoon variant. Which, not going to be too useful honestly, other than trying to hit the very good pieces. Grenadiers now advancing forward, he's going to damage there onto the blockhouse. Of course, got the pair of heavy cannons. Heavy cannons have good 20 range, massive damage. Colvins really need to focus them down when they get a chance. Sharpshooters now advancing forward. Militiamen do take the volley there from the Grenadiers. Heavy cannon finds a good volley there. Just saw the horse artillery as well. It's good volley on the musketeers. Does take out the horse artillery.
Yes.
Overruns do ×5, but ×4 damage versus artillery, so they do 160. That one ate a pretty good hit there. That one does go down. Now got the carbine cavalry trying to push forward to hit the culverins. Heavy artillery does get a volley there. He does have a number of armed Minutemen on the field. Market does go down.
Ready. Yes.
And also the heavy cannons all going down. He does get his own culverins. And also both 2 of the US culverins went down to do splash damage. That one does go down as well. Minutemen also go down as well. Carbon Cow is just trying to fire away. We have a factory right now pulled up by the US player. He may be eyeing for some heavy cannon. This heavy cannon does go down. I think he is getting heavy cannon for this one. Yes, he is. Heavy cannon goes down. He's trying to go for more carbine cavalry, which won't do bonus damage for the musketeers.
Orders.
What is your command?
They do actually less damage for villagers. So their damage, 14 range, 50 damage, the guard musketeers. Oh, it's supposed to do resist the grenadier damage, which is probably good why he's going for the carbine cavalry. And it's just do bonus damage just to resist the bonus damage, or resist damage. And also these carbine cavalry are going to focus on the culverin now. He may be trying to avoid going for hussars because of the musketeers, but I don't see any more musketeers, so good transition to some hussars would be good. More carbine cavalry being pointed in. Factory is starting to go down. He does get a heavy cannon out before it goes down. This heavy cannon will be very useful. Let's get a volley there. Carbine cavalry is now pushing it forward.
What is your command?
Both have 14 range, so they do have the same range. Got a line of petards not being put on field.
Keep me down.
Yeah, the US player, yep, he is low on food. He has a good amount of wood and gold. He may be eyeing for some more artillery. He's going for some culverins to escort his heavy cannon. Yeah, Grenadiers do have siege resistance. Do Gatling guns? No, Grenadiers do not have siege resistance. They are classified as siege unit.
Ready to fire.
Oops.
I'm ready.
Cannon guard Grenadiers do get a volley down the bank. The bank will make it down. Heavy cannons firing away. They will do some great damage there. Now the Petards advance on forward. They're trying to hit that factory. Prepare Colvin on the field. Petards, they do. That is going to be a large amount of damage there. Should be enough to take out the factory. Factory does go down.
Yes.
Only the Ottoman Grenadiers apparently have siege. Got it.
I'm ready.
Guard, carbine, cavalry being employed on field. Right now, the US player has 37 villagers. The British player has 73, so US player is lacking a large number of villagers.
Commandment.
And good volley there. He's going to start advancing forward. Corner. Nope, they're not classified as artillery. Just had to double check that. Minutemen now being field does an inspired flag here. And militiamen are going to be focused down by the guard carbine. That's correct, he didn't have that card. He's trying to focus on the culverins. He's trying to keep his heavy cannon alive. Culverins do get down to barrage there. He's trying to the US player's trying to heavily play around his heavy cannon. He's trying to trying to get a good front line to stop the grenadiers from engaging, and now he's just going to be using these heavy cannon to rip apart everything else. Now he has 2 heavy cannon here. He has lost all of his factories, so he can't get any more heavy cannon. We had another state capital being employed on field. Carbon cavalry has not that great siege damage. Heavy cannons, however, do have good siege damage.
Commandment.
He does have a couple musketeers mixed on in. The British player is still in age 3. He just plays in age 4. Let's see, what cards? He's still bringing playing cards. He's not gotten his church cards just yet. He could try transition to some longbowmen. Longbowmen do bonus damage just like cavalry.
Commandment.
One house does go down. We do have the settler wagons playing some housing now.
Yes.
There's a couple musketeers there, but it looks like it does focus them down first. He's doing a good job of pursuing these grenadiers. Got a couple more musketeers now being employed on out. Let's see, he's going to bring in his owl hoots now, the Kentucky Hunters, give him 12 more sharpshooters, as well as some owl hoots.
What you need?
Owl hoots, of course, a outlaw unit, so they have a high amount of population. It may be a half-decent idea to delete the owl hoots, as they're very population inefficient. Ooh, and now these heavy cannons got left behind, so he's going to take out at least one of them.
I'm ready.
These sharpshooters being pursued by these units.
I'm ready. Orders?
US players going to get stabilize his economy. He does have a good. Whoops, hit my microphone again. He has a massive reserve of resources. He needs a lot more wood for housing. That's his biggest problem right now. He can't spend those resources on units until he gets more houses. Villagers not being pursued. British players going to lose a handful of villagers. He's at 87 at the moment.
Commandment ready.
We have these villagers that are very vulnerable. Guys want to bring in some veteran longbowmen and gain longbowmen themselves on the field. We have the inspiring flag now deployed on the field. The bank does go down there. Carbon cavalry can get hit.
Ready. Yes.
Veteran musketeers do have quite a bit of health to stand fire. They're starting to get overwhelmed. Do now have a Arsenal wagon going up, in which that will give him some free research, but however, it will take a very long time for that research to be kicked on in, so that's something you should go for sooner rather than later.
Yes.
Longbowmen start going down there.
Ready.
More longbowmen being put on field. He's just trying to stall them out.
Yes.
Get some decent splash damage on those carbine units, so they were pretty stacked up. Veteran longbow now put on the field. Some making his advance, some get some good damage there in return. Grenadiers throwing their grenades.
Ready. Yes.
Longbowman group does do times 2.5 damage versus light range cavalry. And now he's trying to go for our wave pikemen. Those villagers may go down here. Longbowmen trying to engage. Now this gets pikemen on the field. They do actually engage the skirmishers in melee, which actually are not great there, and the Grenadiers do wipe them out very quickly. Or those are owl hoots, right? The owl hoots have a satchel charge throw, or am I thinking the Mexicans? Longbowman starting to get overran there. More carbine cavalry being brought on forward. But Longbowman doing some good work against them. They got a big wave Grenadiers. They got all those sharpshooters. Carbine cavalry trying to pursue the Grenadiers now.
Yes.
Oh, but it looks like the British Explorer will go down with the heavy cannon.
I am sorry, Green. I may not steer.
Pikemen do find engagement there onto the Carbine cavalry. Got some guard men now being pulled them out. Minutemen's gonna go down there. The general goes down as well. And you get out some more longbowmen. It's going for another wave of grenadiers. More grenade throws there. Pikeman doesn't connect.
Ready.
Couple houses here for the US player, including a settler wagon and some villagers. Carbine cavalry head advance to the north. He still has his heavy cannon live, which is still a very powerful asset. Though this heavy cannon may go down right here. You do also have a covered wagon now advancing on forward. Let's find some of these carbine cavalry. Got these carbine cavalry taking out some of the British villagers. Get out some veteran musketeers as well. The British player does have quite a bit of wood there. Maybe a good time to mix in some. Oh, looks like going for some arsenal research. He has advanced arsenal research as well. And he has not done his own 2 falconets. He's still in age 3 rather than age 4. And now the British players are inside the US town center. Pikemen do good damage to siege damage. Of course, these grenadiers as well. Oh, now got a pair of Gatling guns now put on the field. Or just the one. Oh, there's 3. Gatling guns, of course, are very effective versus infantry. And heavy cannon does find a good volley there. Carbine cavalry not trying to pursue there. Culver does get a good volley. Good damage there onto the yeoman. Heavy cannon still getting some massive damage there. Musketeers trying to engage into the melee. But it's taking a lot of hits there. And his last heavy cannon does go down. He does have now some Gatling guns being pulled out, which can be very deadly themselves. They don't do any bonus damage or anything, just negative damage versus certain items, so they're not too strong, but they're still a very good unit. And 24 range is still pretty good.
I am sorry, Green. I may not steer.
British player does have quite a bit of food and wood, and I still think he should go for a big wave of yeomen, longbowmen. Sometimes you just have to get something on the field. The US player's gonna go for some farming techs. Look, he has a good number of farms for him and states for him to collect resources from. I still see a whole lot of carbine cavalry, so I'm still impartial towards the yeomen. And they do have 26 range, same range as Gatling guns. No, they actually have more range than Gatling guns. A pair of Culvers take out a pair of Gatling guns. Now there's some more British longbowmen pulled on the field. He does have the church technology to go forward and make them into a musketeer variant.
Commandment.
Was it Rogers Rangers? I think it was?
Commandment.
Does get some volley there. Mill does go down, and looks like the US player does back of the game now. This end grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.